In this video, I'm going to share my top 3 tips for finding time in your busy schedule as a business owner. Hey there, entrepreneurs. I'm Erica Powell. Welcome back to our channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Over the years, I've been able to scale my business to 6-figure months with a team of 9. But of course, it didn't start out that way. I've had to leverage my time as a solopreneur and then with a small team and now with a large team. So I've definitely learned a thing or two about prioritizing time and getting it all done. The first tip that I want to share with you is something that has absolutely radically changed the way I look at time and handle my time, and that is time blocking. As I grew and as I scaled as an entrepreneur, I learned that time is precious and we only have so many hours in any given day. One thing you really want to do is to make sure that you're choosing the way you spend your time intentionally. So how do we go about doing this? Think about what you actually want to be doing with your time. If you are trying to cram 100 things into your day and you're constantly moving from one type of task to another, you end up decreasing your efficiency because as you start that next new task, you have to allow for the time it takes to go from one type of task to another. Time blocking is really important for this because if you can get into the zone of a certain type of task that you have to do and you can stay in that zone, you can be more focused and productive in that thing that you're working on at any given moment. When you have a certain number of days and a certain amount of time per day, you start to realize that time is a really scarce resource. And once you spend it, you're not going to get it back. This is where time blocking has come in and has been so crucial for me. You're in control of your calendar. When you decide to time block, you decide that you're going to shift from letting other people run your time to running your time yourself. One of the things I love to talk about with my coaching clients is to schedule their self-care, wellness, and health in first to their calendar. There are always going to be an unlimited number of client-facing tasks and things to do for your business, but there's only one you and we only have one life. The most important thing that I would love for you to do when you're time blocking your schedule is actually put in your self-care, your me time first. And while it may seem self-centered, to be honest, I want you to be a little bit more self-centered. Most business owners are giving away their time, their energy, their mental capacity, and they keep very little for themselves. So if blocking in your self-care time first feels radically different, I encourage you to do it all the more. Now we're looking at a typical work week. Are there certain days that you'd like to do certain types of tasks? In a business, there are so many tasks to do. We have client-facing tasks, we have consultations, content creation, marketing, behind-the-scenes admin, and they all have different energy. So when you think about spending your time, what is your energy typically like during those days, and what are the types of tasks that you might want to do? For example, I like to claim Monday and Tuesday as client-facing days in my calendar. Those are the days where I'm going to be either showing up on camera, teaching a master class, or spending time in a private coaching call or a group coaching call with my clients. I like to front load my week with client-facing and people-facing tasks, especially because I'm an introvert. I like to knock that out early on in the week so that later in the week, I can spend time doing the creative tasks that really light me up. So what would that look like for you? If you had to choose a certain number of days per week that were client-facing, where would you put your outgoing, client-facing, people-facing energy? And then where would you put in your creative time? What makes sense for you? I love time blocking so much. I will definitely be creating another video specifically dedicated to this with a workbook that you can use. So just stay tuned for that and it will be coming out shortly. My second tip for finding time as a busy entrepreneur is a phrase that I learned a long time ago, and that is eliminate, automate, and delegate. It's one of my favorite things to think about when it comes to managing time and efficiency within a business. And the first one is there for a reason. Eliminating tasks that are really not necessary, urgent, or important to running your business is one of the most important ways that you can free up time. I would challenge you, before you even put something on your to-do list at all, to really think about it and decide, is this task really necessary or is this something I don't need to do? For many years, I was growing our business rather organically through a boot camp that I was running, and then from that, people were naturally upgrading into other services that we offered. During that time, I actually did not need social media within my business. So for 2 entire years of growing my business, I actually did not do social media. We were still able to double our business 2 years in a row. Now, this is an extreme example, but I do want you to think about it, because one of the ways that I hear entrepreneurs are spending most of their time is creating marketing and social media posts. So my challenge to you is to look at it and see, where are your clients actually coming from, and is marketing and social media necessary for you right now, or is the level of it or the amount of time you're spending on it necessary in order to get the results that you're getting with your business? It's an important reminder to actually take a look at the things that you're putting on your to-do list before you put them there, to really decide if they're essential or whether they might be able to be eliminated. You basically just want to look at your calendar, your schedule, your tasks, your to-do list, and frankly, don't do anything that is non-essential. As simple as it sounds, it's actually counterintuitive, and most people don't do it. Now, the second piece of tip number 2 is automate. And I cannot tell you how much I absolutely love automating when it comes to our business. We have an interesting business because within our business, we do so many things. We have services, we do branding, website design, coaching, we do social media management. We also run retreats, and then we have online experiences like YouTube videos or master classes that I run online. So there are so many different components and elements to our business that automating might seem like a daunting thing. When you would think about automating our business, for example, there are so many elements that it might become overwhelming to think about what to automate and when to automate it. My biggest tip for you is to look at what will make the biggest impact for you if you were to automate it. Using our company as an example, early on this year, our social media management side of our company was growing so quickly that I absolutely knew something had to shift and change. Within 3 months of opening that new service, our entire team was fully booked out and I needed to hire. Something that we did was to take a look at all of the steps that it took to onboard one of our social media management clients. We documented it, wrote it all down, and then we decided to create a video so that our account managers did not have to walk through manually with each client and explain the next steps, because that was taking our account managers time. So in order to free them up to take more clients on, we decided to automate our entire onboarding system. It took us about 2 to 3 days to actually do the work that went into automating the onboarding, but then it freed up our time from doing those tasks over and over again for the rest of all time. So whenever a brand new client signs up to work with our company, we send them the first video in the series. They can watch the video, fill out the steps in the form, and then we can move them to the next step. This way, we don't need to go back and forth, have a lot of conversations about onboarding. Everything is really clean and simple, and our clients have been loving it, and it's been making things so much easier for them. The other thing that's really great about automating is that it can take some of those redundant, boring, or time-consuming tasks that you don't actually like to do off of your plate. If you can think of a way to systematize or automate it one time, then you no longer have to do them ever again. Going back to you and your business, what within your business makes sense to automate? Is there something that if you automated, it would free up a lot of your time and allow you to actually enjoy the process of doing your work more? And of course, if you have other offers like digital products or online courses or workshops, those are a little bit more intuitive and easy to understand how automating can help. Take a look into your business and see, are there any systems or processes that are running a little bit slowly right now? Anything that you're doing manually that maybe could free up a lot of your time if you were just to automate them? If you have any ideas for your own business, definitely let me know in the comments. I would love to hear. So the last piece of eliminate, automate, and delegate is, of course, delegate. Now, one thing you want to make sure is that you're doing the eliminate and automate part of this tip first, because obviously you don't want to be delegating something you could eliminate or automate, because it's just going to end up costing you more as a business owner. When it comes to delegating, you don't need to have a massive team in order to delegate. The very first thing that I did was to delegate something very simple, which was cleaning my home. That was the first thing that I delegated, and still now, 15 years later, I still have people clean my home twice per week. I can't love them enough for it, because the last thing that I want to do is spend 5 to 10 hours per week cleaning our home. With 2 dogs, a kid, and 2 of us making a rather big mess in here, I just don't have time to clean. Just delegating that one thing helped me to spend so much more time and energy on actually making money with my business. The second thing I did after delegating house cleaning was to hire one team member to help me run and manage the company. In the early days, it was just like having a body double, and we could split up the work based on our skills, who was better at what, and help get through those tasks a lot faster. Now that I have a larger team with 9 different team members that I work with and interface with every day, the best tip I can give you is to hire the right people so that you don't need to spend a lot of time delegating or explaining tasks that you want your team to do. In fact, most of our team is what I would call a self-led, self-run team. They know what to work on, and I don't need to constantly delegate to them. And the way that I do this is by choosing the most incredible, smartest team members who are intuitive in order to run our business smoothly. Everyone is the boss of their own zone, and everyone knows what they need to do in order to keep their corner of our company running smoothly behind the scenes. And so my question to you about delegating is, what can you delegate profitably? If you hire someone to clean your home, can you make more money with the new hours that you have available? Now, I'm not recommending that you just go out and hire whoever you need to help you behind the scenes. If cash flow is tight for your company, I would suggest spending time on learning how to book more clients or make more cash before delegating. And if you're able to do that, then it will be a really easy step for you to hire the right people behind the scenes in order to delegate to. When it comes to delegation, what you want to think about is, what can you profitably delegate, not delegating things that could be eliminated or automated, and what are the things that don't either come naturally to you, or what do you not enjoy? Now, my last tip for finding more time in your schedule as a busy business owner is going to be to prioritize your time. I could have put this one first because it's so crucial, but at the end of the day, all of these tips are equally important because they can all be equally helpful. Prioritizing is one of the absolute most important things you can do as an entrepreneur. When I'm working with business owners as a coach, one of the things I hear is my to-do list just keeps growing, aka the never-ending to-do list. And I'm with you. We've all been there. That's what it's like to run a business, or at least that's what it feels like. So prioritization is absolutely key when it comes to finding more time. We've already prioritized to some degree when it comes to eliminating, automating, and delegating. But then you also have a set of tasks left on your to-do list that only you can do. So this is where we want to start really looking at prioritizing. Not every single task on your to-do list is equally important or equally urgent. And that's where I see most entrepreneurs losing time, is treating all the tasks as the same, with the same amount of urgency and importance. But over the last 15 years as an entrepreneur, I have learned that there are certain tasks that are like the king domino. If you line up all of your tasks together, that one king domino, if you knock it down, will actually allow all of the other tasks to fall down behind it. So rather than trying to do all of those tasks individually, that one king domino is causing momentum and expansion within your business when you knock it down. So rather than to just create a to-do list of everything that feels important or you feel is essential, what I want to start challenging you to do is to actually prioritize your to-do list and look at which tasks will actually create the most momentum or impact if you complete them first. When most entrepreneurs sit down at their desk, they're trying to knock off the easiest or quickest things first, and in that way, they're never actually getting to those most important or impactful tasks. Now, if you've made it this far in this video, you're probably pretty interested in saving time, making time, creating time, finding time, or prioritizing. So I wanted to give you a little gift. In the description of this video, you will find a link to the Priority Matrix. It's a simple planning tool that will help you prioritize your to-do list and finish the most important, impactful tasks first. Our team designed this tracker for you to help you get the most from your time. If you want to snag it, go ahead in the description of this video and download it for free as our gift to you. We hope you enjoyed this video, and we would love to hear from you. What were your favorite takeaways or tips? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.